Hi and welcome to this session. Today we're going to be looking at StoreOnce. Now we've been using StoreOnce. StoreOnce has been integrated with Veeam for quite some time now. And when you need a high capacity, aggressive data deduplication repository with Veeam, StoreOnce is great. Many different industries, many different verticals, many different sizes of organizations have been using StoreOnce for quite some time. Now, I'm going to hand over to Christopher in a second, and he's going to take us through some of the changes, because where a StoreOnce can be placed in the architecture potentially can be different than it has been in the past from a Veeam point of view. So Chris is going to go into some detail around that and then take us through some of the different models that are available in the StoreOnce product range. Christopher.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. We've tried to make the discussion a little bit simple here by only having one graphic. We're going to cover off architectural discussion here at the top, and then I'll just briefly discuss your options for the Gen 5 and Gen 4 Plus portfolio to wrap it up. What we have pictured at the top is is kind of a new story. It's a new dawn, I would say, for the StoreOnce as far as Veeam is concerned for architectural design and architectural recommendations. Typically, we would have something like a HPE storage server that's sandwiched in between the StoreOnce and the Electra MP pictured here. So in terms of that 32110 architecture, you would have, snapshot or storage snapshots running on the Electra MP. You would send backups to a HPE storage server. You might tier off then to a StoreOnce and even to cloud bank storage after that. But with the latest generations of the StoreOnce models starting out in, like I said, Gen 4 Plus, HPE made very significant improvements to their Catalyst operating system and also to the hardware architecture in StoreOnce. The couple of those changes to the hardware architecture were, mainly around SSD, and that may seem simple, but it was a significant improvement for the hardware architecture that the SSDs internally in the StoreOnce are now handling metadata, which drastically improves the disk or the data lookups on the spinning drives. The second improvement to the Catalyst operating system was just for like housekeeping tasks, and they also made some improvements for random I/O performance from the Catalyst operating system. So these Gen 4 Plus and Gen 5 models are much more performant than your Gen 2 and Gen 3 models that preceded them. Kevin, I joke around that this is not your grandfather's StoreOnce arrays anymore. These are modern arrays, very performant, and there's been lots of collaborative testing with Veeam and StoreOnce engineering. So specifically, where have we documented this? If you look at KB article 2660, so that'd be a KB 2660 that we have this description of, how do you use a purpose-built backup appliance in your backup architecture? Previously we were very stringent about that. We would go to a field and say, we don't care about performance, basically. That's a secondary storage array. Well, that discussion has changed lately. I would say lately, as of I think this was updated a couple of weeks ago now, that you can now use a purpose-built backup appliance, and specifically we're talking about the StoreOnce here today. For a couple of different reasons. The first encouragement would be to go out to our Veeam Ready validation and see, what models have been validated, and you'll see a link to that in the KB article that we've referenced. So you'll see all of those storage platforms that we have listed at the bottom, apart from the VSA, because it's not a hardware device. So all of those have been, validated in the Veeam Ready program. The second encouragement that that KB article discusses is, have a conversation uh, with the storage vendor themselves. So in this case, have that discussion with HPE to discover, what collaborative testing has taken place even beyond Veeam Ready, so that HPE understands how these more advanced backup features and restore features work with Veeam backup and replication. Um, so as far as all your choices, what are your choices for running? We have most of these pictures. This is not an exhaustive list for all of the Gen 4 Plus and Gen 5 models, but I would say you have a wide range of choices, from that kind of low entry point of the 3760, which gets you in the kind of tens of terabyte usable space, all the way up to the 5660, which is that multi-petabyte usable space. So you have lots of different choices, no matter what your needs are in the environment.
Thanks, Christopher. Chris and I were discussing earlier that over the years we've seen different types of admins. There are admins that maybe would test themselves and understand whether the equipment is going to be performant enough for their needs. But then there are some, if they see a KB article that mentions to not do something, they will absolutely not do it regardless. So this gives them the ability to go beyond that and be more flexible in the architecture because of how we've worded and how we've relaxed and how we're using the Veeam Ready program. I would certainly encourage you to check out KB2660 and also check out the Veeam Ready program. So hopefully you found this little session useful, and check out some more content on the Veeam YouTube channel. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thank you.